The cattle of Peleus. Now while the son of Lucifer relates his brother's miracle and bursts, Onetor, the royal herdsman, breathless in his haste, and Peleus, Peleus cries, I've brought the news, disaster. Peleus bids him tell the worst, and Ceyx trembles in suspense himself, fear in his face. I'd driven, the man said, my weary bullocks to the curving beach. The sun stood at his zenith in mid-course, seeing as much behind as lay ahead. Some of the cattle knelt on the brown sand, and lying gazed across the wide flat sea. Some wandered, ambling slowly to and fro. Some swam or stood, neck deep amid the water. Close to the sea a temple stood, not bright with gold and marble, but a timber frame of beams, and shaded by an ancient grove. The shrine belonged to Nereus and his daughters. They are the sea gods there, a sailor said, spreading his nets to dry along the beach. Adjoining it a marsh, a backwater left swampy by the tide, lay overgrown with willows. Here a heavy crashing sound filled the whole place with fear. A giant beast, a wolf. He came out smeared in swampy slime, his great jaws flashing, flecked with blood and foam, his eyes aflame. Hunger and fury both spurred him, but fury most. For when he killed the cattle, he was not concerned to glut his ghastly greed, but savaged the whole herd, and in his battling bloodlust slew them all. Some of ourselves, too, trying to fend him off, were done to death, felled by his fatal fangs. The beach and water's edge were red with blood, the marsh, too, all a-roar with bellowings. Before all's lost, together let us go, to arms, all join against the foe. The yokel finished, all his losses left Peleus unmoved. Remembering his crime, he knew the Nereid whom he'd bereaved had sent these losses as a sacrifice for murdered Phocus. Ceyx bade his men put on their mail and take their weaponry, ready himself to join them. But his wife, Alcyone, roused by the noise and stir, ran out, her hair half dressed, and tossed it back, and clinging round her husband's neck, besought him, weeping, not to go himself, but save 2 lives in one. Then Peleus, lay aside your majesty, those loyal fears of yours that grace you well. Your promises fill me with gratitude, but I have no desire that this prodigious beast be brought to bay. To the sea goddess now I needs must pray. There was a tower, a beacon high atop the citadel, a landmark to rejoice a weary ship. They climbed here and beheld with groans the cattle strewn along the shore, and the destroyer, wild and bloody-jawed, his shaggy coat all red and caked with gore. Stretching his hands towards the open sea, Peleus addressed his prayers to Psamathe, the wave-blue nymph, that she would end her wrath and bring her succor. Her no prayer of his could turn, but Thetis for her husband's sake pleaded and won her pardon. But the wolf, though called from his fierce slaughter, still kept on, wild with the nectar taste of blood, until, as he tore a heifer's neck and held it fast, she changed him into marble. Everything save color was preserved. The marble's hue proclaimed him wolf no longer, and no more a terror to be dreaded as before. Yet in that country even so the fates would not let banished Peleus find a home. He roamed in exile to Magnesia, and there Acastus, king of Thessaly, gave absolution for his guilt of blood.